Hey everybody, welcome to game 121 in the Chicago White Sox replay. The Sox just knocked off the Milwaukee Brewers in a doubleheader, swept it. They've now won 3 in a row after falling the first game to Milwaukee. And that raised their record to 65 and 55. And they'll be taking on the New York Yankees, who are 67 and 55. So almost identical records. We are at Comiskey Park, back to the friendly confines of Comiskey. It's not the friendly confines of Wrigley, but close enough. And this game was played August 22nd, 1977. Starters for today's game: Ed Figueroa comes into the game with a record of 13-7 and a 3.91 ERA. Francisco Barrios for the White Sox is 8-11 with a 4.44 ERA. Also pulled out my little cheat sheet here with the fielding ratings for both teams, so easy access for that without having to write anything down on the score sheet or flip through a bunch of cards. So hopefully that will help. I got the dice tray going horizontally to allow me maybe to show everything a little bit better. So I'm hoping this setup works. We shall see. Only one way to find out is to actually play the game and see if it works. All right, so here we go. Mickey Rivers will lead things off. We'll just do the lineups as they come up in the game to save some time, because sometimes I've been limited on my recording time. So in case this game goes long, I don't want to miss anything. All right, these are the actual played lineups, of course. And again, this is advanced only, with the super advanced feeling is the only thing that's super advanced. No clutch, no ballparks. All right, here we go. Francisco Barrios facing the leadoff man, Mickey Rivers, and game 121 is underway. We got a 2-8 for Mickey Rivers and a 2-8. He's going to ground it back to Barrios. Easy 1-3 ground out, and there's one away. That'll bring up the left fielder, Roy White. White 5-6. Barrios against the switch hitter hitting left is a ground ball to first. That's going to be Jim Spencer. He will take care of that. So 2 easy ground outs for Barrios here in the first, and he's going to have to face the captain, Thurman Munson. So Thurman Munson, 6-9 on Barrios. That's the trouble spot. Munson found it. 1-9 is a triple. 10-20 is a double. And that is a triple for Thurman Munson. Let's see, on the season he had 5 of them, so that wasn't unheard of. Fortunately for the White Sox, it's a 2-out triple, so no runs have scored yet, and they can get out of it by getting Reggie Jackson out, but we shall see how that plays out. Let's see. Let's check. I just want to get confused on my rules, because I've been doing some super advanced in the other league, so I'm trying to remember on the advanced. I don't think we rolled did we roll for the balk and wild pitch and all that stuff? I don't remember if I was doing that or not. I don't think I was. Well, one thing for sure, Munson is a D stealer, so he will not be held. So we're going to go ahead and just have him pitch away to Reggie Jackson. That is a 1-9 for Reggie against a right-hander, and he's going to strike out. If I was doing clutch, it'd be a hit. But we're not doing clutch. That's super advanced, so the strikeout will stand, and the inning is over. So had that been a sad V game, that would have been a base hit, a clutch single for Reggie, but it didn't happen. So the end of half an inning, it is the White Sox nothing, and the Yankees nothing, and the White Sox coming to bat. Ed Figueroa, right-hander, on the mound. We'll be facing Ralph Garr of the White Sox. Typical White Sox lineup, not a whole lot of changes, except for George Order's not playing. Jack Rohammer's at second, and he's dropped down the order to 8th. Pretty much everybody else is a standard. Downing is catching instead of Essing, but that was kind of a 50-50 split anyway. All right, here's Ralph Garr. 5, and I'm hoping this comes out okay, 5-4 against a left-hander for Figueroa. 5-4 is a catcher X. That is Thurman Munson, and Thurman checks in as a 2-E4. 2-16 is no problem. We will check the E4 result on a 6. And an E4 and a 6. Let's pull that out. E4 and a 6 for a catcher is no problem whatsoever. 16, and he is a 2. A 2 and a 16 for a catcher is a foul out. So it's an easy foul out, hauled in by Mr. Munson. Garr is gone, one away, and here's Alan Bannister. 5-10 on Figueroa. 5-10 is a ground ball shortstop. That's Bucky Dent. Dent checks, whoops, dropped my dice there. Dent checks in at 2E20. So a 2E20 for Bucky Dent. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4 is a G3, so he'll get to that. That's a 6. E20, is there a 6 on an E20 for shortstop? There is not. So Bucky Dent makes the play. So fielding checks on the first two situations, but they were up to the task, and here's Richie Zisk facing Figueroa. 1-8 for Richie Zisk, and he's going to strike out. So an easy inning for Figueroa and the Yankees. And after one complete, we are sitting at no score as we go to the top of the second. Figueroa and Barrios both have 7s for fatigue, so if they're effective, they can hang around a while. And Barrios is going to need to get some innings in because actually the closer, Laren LeGros, is not available in this game. He pitched 4 innings in the doubleheader yesterday, so he is tired and unavailable, so they're going to have to depend on other pitchers, but mostly Barrios to try to eat some innings. Here's Chris Chambliss. 3-6 for Chambliss against a right-hander. It's a ground ball to Spencer. Easy play. 1 away. And that will take us to Greg Nettles, third base. Nettles, 2-6 for Nettles, and he grounds to first also. So Jim Spencer getting a workout over those ground balls. 2 up, 2 down, and brings up DH Carlos May. 3-7 for May, and that's a ground ball to second. Brohammer will take that, and Barrios has the ground ball working. After 1.5, it's no score here at Comiskey. I don't want to jinx it because last time I talked about having a quick game and ended up going 15 innings. So in the May Madness, so I don't want to jinx it. Maybe I already did just there. We'll see. Here's Oscar Gamble, DH. That's a 6-5. He is a lefty against Figueroa. 6-5 is a ground ball to second. Randolph's got it. 1 away for Eric Soderholm, third baseman. Whoa, that's a foul ball. That skipped over the edge, so we'll call it a foul ball. And that's a 5-10. 5-10 off of Figueroa. Ground ball shortstop X. Again, that's Bucky Dent. He's at 2E20. 2 and a 3 is going to be okay. He'll get to it. And that's an 11 on an E20. I think E20 and 11 is okay. Yes, it is. 15, 16, and 17 are the bad numbers for that. So good play there by Bucky Dent. 2 up, 2 down brings up Jim Spencer. The 3-9 on Spencer, and he grounds it to Randolph. So both pitchers have the ground balls going today, or tonight, depending on when you're watching this. I'm recording it Saturday night. So last Saturday in June. Next weekend is July 4th. So should be interesting. Okay, so here we go. Willie Randolph against Barrios to start the third. 5-5. Barrios struck him out. There's a dot, but obviously in the third inning he is not tired, so he gets the strikeout. 1 away for Bucky Dent. You can use your own middle initial for him. 2-11. 2-11 is a ground ball to short. So again, both pitchers, they're just tearing up the ground balls. 2 up, 2 down for Mickey Rivers. 3-12 for Rivers. That's a low max. Nobody's on base, but it is a liner right to Brohammer to end the inning. And so far, the only player in the game to get the ball out of the infield is Thurman Munson with his triple. Everybody else has kept it all in the infield. So outfielders, for the most part, have been just sleeping to the side. Let's see now. Chet Lemon is going to lead things off for the White Sox against Figueroa. See if we can get some offense going here. 1-5, we might just do it. 1-5, well, 1-5 is a triple. 6-20 is a double. And that is a double for Chet Lemon. Leadoff double. First base hit of the game for the Sox. Lemon is a C stealer, so he will be held. Here is Brohammer. 5-9 against the lefty for Figueroa is a ground ball shortstop X. Again, Bucky Dent at 2E20. 2E20. 2 and an 8, and a 2 and an 8 is a G2. And an E20 and a 12 is a good play. So a G2, I'm pretty sure runner on short has to hold. He does. G3 would be the advance, but not G2. So 1 away. Brohammer is gone. Here's Brian Downing. It's 6-4, and that's a ground ball third base X. That's Nettles. Nettles checks in as a 1 E13. 1 and 11 is a good play. He'll get to that. In fact, a 1 and 11 is a G1. But that's a 17. That could be problematic. 17 on an E13 for a third baseman. And E13, he escapes. 11, 16, and 18 are errors, but not 17. So how about that? Greg Nettles up to the task. Getting a lot of tough hops here in the hard infield of Comiskey, but they're up to it so far. So leadoff double, Lemon still stranded with 2 outs for Ralph Garr. Come on, Ralphie boy. 4-10 against Figueroa. The lefty is a fly to right field to end the inning. So close, but yet so far. And after 3 complete, the score is tied. And for some reason, when I made that phrase about so close and yet so far, that eerie music of, I think it was Frankie Valli, My Eyes Adore You, or something like that. That's just, I don't know how that comes to my mind. I'm trying to get out of my mind. It's like a picture you can't get out of your mind. That song just popped in, and I don't know why, and I'm trying to do anything I can to get rid of it. So let's go to Roy White. Maybe that will help me get rid of it. All right, we got a 1-9 for Roy White, and that's well, he's going to get rid of something. 1 to 11 is a home run. 12 to 20 is a double. That is a 17. It's a double for Roy White. So he narrowly missed the homer. Plunked it off the wall for a leadoff double, and now here's Thurman Munson, who tripled his first time up. Roy White at second will be held. We get a 1-4 for Thurman Munson, a 1-4. That's a foul out to Spencer at first base, so that's going to be a good play for Barrios as it keeps the runner at second base. With 1 out now for Reggie. 4-5, and that's a strikeout. So Barrios trying to pitch around that leadoff double. 2/3 of the way there. Foul out and a strikeout, but he's got to get by the tough Chris Chambliss. 1-8, and he did it. All these hits in column 1, and Chris Chambliss found a pop-up to Jim Spencer. So the dice were kind to Francisco Barrios, and we're still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th here at Comiskey. And it will be Ed Figueroa going back out. Leading off will be Alan Bannister, the shortstop. He grounded to Bucky Dent his first time. 3-6, 3-6. A 1-2 is a home run. Not a good chance, but hey, 10% chance. Anything can happen on a 10%er. And it's a 19, so that's not going to happen. It's going to be a fly to right field. So hauled in out there by Mr. Reggie. 1 away for Richie Zisk. Speaking of right fielders, and he struck out his first time. 1-4, and ground ball to third. If we were playing super advanced, he'd have the chance at a base hit there on the ballpark check, but not in advance. So easy play to Nettles. 2 down for Oscar Gamble. 5-4 against a lefty for Figueroa. 5-4 is another catcher X. That's Munson. Once again, nobody's on base, so no wild pitch chances. Munson checking in again as a 2-E4. 2 and a 5, and there's a 11. So the E4 and 11, we'll check that. No error on the E4. 2 and a 5 is a P/P, which is a pop-up. And since nobody's on base, there's no worries of pass balls or any of that stuff. So simply a pop-up to end the inning. And both offenses are, particularly the White Sox offense, is pretty dormant right now. But you never know when they might snap out of it. Right now we go to the 5th, no score. And Greg Nettles will lead things off. That is a 5-4. Barrios against a left-hander. 5-4 is a fly center field X. That is Chet Lemon. He is a 3-E13. Chet Lemon, a 3 and 18. He'll get to that. E13 and a 9 should not be a problem. Just double check it. E13. Whoops. Let's check the other side here. Oh, a separate one here. E13 and a 9. There is no 9, so it's good play for Chet Lemon. 1 away. Nettles is retired. Brings up Carlos May. But I believe that's the first put out by a White Sox outfielder. Everything else has been ground balls and stuff. All right, here's Carlos May. 3-8 for May. Grounds to first. Another ground ball. Spencer, 2 down. For Willie Randolph, 2-9 for Randolph. He struck him out. So Barrios, 5 shutout innings of the powerful 77 Yankees, keeping the score zip to zip and hanging with Ed Figueroa. So here's Soderholm. He will lead off the bottom of the 5th. He grounded to Bucky Dent his first time up. 3-6, and that's going to be a leadoff walk. First walk of the game for either pitcher, and it's issued to Soderholm. He's a D-stealer. He will not be held. Here's Jim Spencer. 3-4 for Spencer, and he fouls out to Munson. So that's 1 away. Brings up Chet Lemon. 5-8 against Figueroa, and that's a pop out to Chambliss. There's a dot there, but of course he's not tired, so no problems there. 2 up, 2 down after that leadoff walk. And here's Jack Brohammer. 4-7, and that's a fly to center, handled by Mickey Rivers. So the leadoff walk did not come back to bite him. 5 complete in the books, and we've got zip to zip as both pitchers are on their A games today or tonight, depending on when you're watching this. All right, so Bucky Dent to lead it off here in the top of the 6th. Dent grounded to short his first trip. 3-7 for Dent, and he's going to fly to center field. So finally another outfield putout by the White Sox. That's 1 away. Here's Mickey Rivers. Rivers is 0 for 2. He's grounded to the pitcher, and he's lined to second. 2-10. 2-10 is a ground ball to Spencer for out number 2. That, again, if we were doing ballparks, that'd be a single check, but we're not doing ballparks. So here's Roy White, and Roy White is grounded to first, and he's also doubled. In fact, he has the only hit, or one of the 2 hits for the Yankees, the other being the Munson triple. Yankees have yet to single in this game. They've got a double and a triple. 1-6 for White. Fly to center. They still won't single because Lemon's got that. So innings over there, and nothing doing for the Yankees. It's zip to zip. Pitching duel. If you like pitching duels, you came to the right place, at least for the first 5.5 innings. And here's Figueroa facing Brian Downing. He grounded to Nettles his first trip. That's a 1-9 for Downing. He's going to fly to left. And that is a rare fly out to the outfield as well. So here's Ralph Garr. He's 0 for 2. He's trying to get things started for the Sox. 1-11. He's going to ground it to Bucky Dent, and that's 2 up, 2 down. And that brings up Alan Bannister. Bannister grounded to short and flew to right. 3-7, and that's a single. So finally another base hit for the Sox. That's only the second hit of the game. Both teams have 2 hits right now. And let's see, Bannister is a D-stealer. He will not be held. Here's Richie Zisk. He needs to get into one. 6-8. Well, he got a single. He didn't get into one, but he got a single. Now the question is, do they run on Reggie's arm? Reggie Jackson's arm. Reggie Jackson's arm is a -3, so probably not a good idea to run on Reggie. There are 2 outs, and the runner was not being held, so that's a +3 for the base runner Bannister. That would take him up to a 20, but then -3 from Reggie makes it a 18. And then going from first to third, I think he, except for a 20, he's going to make it. So just make sure he didn't get thrown out trying. No, he does not. So he will go to third, actually, because he doesn't steal well, but he runs well, and he wasn't being held. So he will make it to third. Plus you get that boost from going from first to third. You get an extra two boost as well, plus the 2 outs. That was a +4. Plus not being held was a +5. So a lot of pluses there. But runners on the corners, 2 down. Richie Ziska, E-stealer, will not be held. First threat of the game for the Sox. Here's Oscar Gamble. Going to get 2-out magic. 6-7. He cannot. It's a strikeout. Figueroa struck him out. Not tired. So the dot does not come into play. And the Sox leave 2 on. We've completed 6 here at Comiskey in less than 20 minutes because of all these zeros. So let's see what happens here. This is the point of weakness inning for both pitchers to begin. And Barrios will have to face the tough Thurman Munson. 2-7 for Munson, and he's going to fly to center. A lot of hits in column 2, but he Found the fly to center for out number 1. That brings up Mr. October, Reggie. Reggie is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. 5-9 against Barrios. Oh, he's got a chance for the home run right here to break it open. 1-12 is a home run. 13-20 is a double. So 1-12 and Reggie goes deep. And he does. It's an 8. So Reggie Jackson breaks the ice. Despite the 2 strikeouts earlier, he gets his revenge with the home run. Yankees lead it 1-0 here over the Sox. Here in the top of the 7th, here's Chris Chambliss. Chambliss a 6-10, and that is a fly to left. So Barrios hung one up where Reggie could do something with it, and he paid the price. So he will be looking to rebound from that and actually looking to get some help from his offense. That's probably the thing he wants most, is to do that, to get help from his offense. So we'll see how that works out. Chambliss flies to left for out number 2. Brings up Greg Nettles. And we get a 1-5 for Nettles. And that's a solid home run right there. No doubt about it. Greg Nettles' card is loaded with home runs in column 1, and he found it on 1-5. So not only does Reggie go deep, but now Greg Nettles goes deep. And here comes the Yankee power. 2 solo shots make it 2-0 Yankees. And that'll bring up Carlos May. And 1 base runner away from Barrios reaching his fatigue. 1-4, and that's a fly to center. So Barrios did not reach his fatigue in this inning. He was able to escape that. But he was not able to escape 2 home runs, solo shots, turned in by those 77 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Comiskey with the score Yankees 2 and White Sox nothing. And we will turn this over to Harry to see if we can get a rally going. Hey, indeed. See if that proves to be a rally cry for the Sox as they're down 2-0 here in the first game of this series. Figueroa, this will be the point of his weakness innings to begin with the 7. So see how he handles it. Here's Soderholm to lead off. 2-7 for Soderholm, and that's damage right there. Maybe Harry sparked something. 1-10 is a double. 11-20 is a single. And that's a double for Eric Soderholm. He leads off with a double. So maybe the hitmen are coming back. We'll see. Jim Spencer, the batter. 5-6 against Figueroa is a ground ball to first. That will move the runner to third. So with 1 out, they at least have a runner at third. And the Yankees will play back. They don't want to give up a big inning. They'll give up the run to get the out because they would still lead 2-1 at that point. So they will lay back. Here's Chet Lemon. 1-4 for Lemon. He gets hit by the pitch. So Figueroa let one loose and it got away from him. And he gets hit by the pitch. So Lemon hit by the pitch. He's a C stealer. He will be held on first. So let's see if that opens up a hole for Brohammer on the right side. They are now at double play depth of the Yankees. 5-7. Ground ball second base X. Now they are holding the runner, but the shortstop's the one responsible, not the second baseman. So Randolph will not lose any range off of his fielding. He's still a 2E18. So let's see what happens here on a 2E18. 2 and a 4. Let's check out 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4 is a G3. So the run will score. Had they been playing the infield in, that would have been a base hit. So it's a G3, which means the runner's advanced. That's a 12. And he is an E18. There's a 13 in the error range, but not a 12. So it will just be a 4-3 grounder that Randolph handles and chucks to first. Scoring on the play is Soderholm. Lemon goes to second. So now there's 2 outs, and Brian Downing, the catcher, but he may get called back for a pinch hitter. Let's take a look at the bench. They may want to try to do something here. They're going to call on George Orta to pinch hit, and then we'll have Jim Essien catch. So George Orta is going to come in and see if he can't get a key pinch hit in place of Downing. And then Essien will come in and catch to start the 8th. So right here, big spot. Runner on second, 2 outs for George Orta, 2-1 game. 1-6. Was this a right managerial move? Well, a 1-6 here on, let's see, 1-6 on Brian Downing would have been a walk. 1-6 here on Orta is a possible home run, 1-6. 7-20, he hits a deep fly to left, but a 1-6, and the Sox lead it. It's an 18, so to the warning track it went, but not good enough as it's hauled in out there by Roy White. So Figueroa escapes that potential pinch hit home run, only gives up the 1 run, and it's a 2-1 game in favor of the Yankees. And now going into play as the catcher is Jim Essien. He will be the new catcher for the Sox. And Barrios, let's see if they want to bring him back out or not. I think they will initially, but short leash because they do have bullpen activity. They've got the left-hander Dave Hamilton, and they have the right-hander Jack Cusick. So they have 2 double-barrel action in the bullpen, lefty and a righty. Bottom portion of the order, Willie Randolph to lead things off. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. 5-5, and that's a strikeout. Now, there's a dot there, but he's not tired because he only allowed 2 hits in this point of weakness inning, so he has not reached that fatigue yet, so the strikeout will be good. Barrios gets a big one. Here's Bucky Dent. Dent, 2-9 for Dent. He's going to pop it to short. That's the Bannister for out number 2. Here's Mickey Rivers. Mick the Quick. 3-6 for Rivers. He grounds to second baseman. Handled there by Brohammer, and the inning is over. So it's a 2-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And that's probably going to be all for Barrios. I think 8 innings is going to be enough for him. The guys coming up next gave him a little bit of trouble, so I think they're going to go to the pen, get a fresh arm for the 9th. For the Yankees, they will stick with Figueroa. He has got a couple slots left before he reaches fatigue, but of course they do have the bullpen ready. They got Dick Tidrow, the righty, and Sparky Lyle, the lefty, both waiting in the wings if he gets in trouble. Right now, here's Figueroa facing Ralph Garr. Ralphie boy is 0 for 3. He's due, you could say. 5-7. Ground ball second base X. That's Willie Randolph. He's a 2 and an E. 18. 2 and 11. He'll get to that. E18 and a 13. I think that might be his error. Yes, it is. E18. That one spot there is a 13. That's what's on there, a 13. So Willie Randolph boots it. And Ralph Garr reaches the board. He's a C stealer, so they're going to have to hold him. But he is now the tying run. Bannister is a B bunter. They could bunt here, and I think they will. He will become a C bunter, so let's see how that's going to play out. Since I'm doing advanced, I'm going to be using the advanced strategy chart sacrifice. He's going to be a C bunter since he's a B bunter coming in, but they're playing the corners in. He will now be a C bunter. Roll 2 D6s and see what happens. And we get a 5. So it was a C bunter and a 5. It says batters thrown out by pitcher, runners advance 1 base. So it's a good sacrifice. Sacrifice right back to Figueroa. So it'll be 1-4 with Randolph covering. And Garr gets into scoring position. He's at second base, so the Sox have 2 chances to bring him home to try to tie the game, if they can do it. And the first chance is Richie Zisk, and of course Garr will be held at second. Here's Zisk. Zisk 1 for 3. Singled his last trip. 3-7, and it's ground ball second base C, so that will get the runner to third, but now there's 2 outs. So it's up to Oscar Gamble. That's the only play they have is Oscar Gamble. Billy Martin mulling over a pitching change to bring in the lefty Sparky Lyle to face Gamble. Do they want to do that, or do they want to stick with Figueroa? I think they're going to break the move, and Billy Martin's going to go to Sparky Lyle. They're not going to mess around. They're going to their closer, Sparky Lyle. So Sparky Lyle is going to come on, and of course the Sox will counter and pinch hit for Oscar Gamble, the lefty. Whoops, not Ken Holtzman, he's Sparky Lyle. Sparky Lyle, and the Sox will counter with a pinch hitter, Lamar Johnson, and he will be the DH versus lefties. So Lamar Johnson will come in and pinch hit in a big spot for Oscar Gamble. So wheels turning in both dugouts, Bob Lemon and Billy Martin. So Lamar Johnson, pretty good card on the left side, but we'll see who wins today by the dice. See if it's Sparky Lyle that wins this at bat, or if it's Lamar Johnson. Run at third, 2 outs. It's 2-3, so Lamar Johnson wins the at bat. However, it's a fly to left. It would have been a 2-4, would have been a home run. He just missed it, and 2-3 on a ballpark check would have been a home run, but the fly to left to end the inning. And after 8 complete, now Tabby's scratching to get in here, so I got to pause for that. But after 8 complete, it is 2-1 Yankees. Let me let Tabby in so that she doesn't scratch and make all this noise. And we'll check on the Sox, because I believe, oops, sorry about that. I believe we will go to the bullpen now for Barrios. Of course, Lyle will stay in and pitch the bottom of the 9th as well. But the Sox are going to go to their bullpen. The Yankees have up White, Munson, and Jackson. Switch hitter, righty, and a lefty. So they're going to bring in Jack Cusick, I believe. Righty Jack Cusick, but they do have Hamilton waiting in the wings to face Jackson and Chambliss and Nettles, all those lefties. So they're going to start with Cusick and see how it goes. Barrios went 8 innings. Figueroa goes 7 1/3. Figueroa faces 30 batters, and Barrios faces 28. All right, top of the 9th we go. Roy White facing Jack Cusick. 6-5 switch hitter Roy White batting left. 6-5 is a strikeout off of Cusick. So Cusick comes in, gets the K on Roy White. And now he'll be facing Thurman Munson. 3-7, I believe it is, for Munson against a right-hander. And all these hits in column 3, and he found a ground ball to short. So handled by Bannister. 2 up, 2 down. And now that goes to Reggie Jackson. Do they bring in Hamilton? You know what? With 2 outs and the bases clear, they're going to let Cusick see if he can get this batter. If he can't get Jackson, then Hamilton's coming in to face Chambliss for sure. 6-6 for Cusick against Reggie, and he struck him out. So Cusick does the job. How about that? Cusick does the job. He goes his 1 inning, strikes out 2 of the 3 he faces. And now it's on to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Sox against the closer Sparky Lyle. And the part of the order they will have is Soderholm, Spencer, and Lemon. Soderholm, Spencer, and Lemon. 2 righties and the lefty Spencer, but Spencer hits lefties very well. So let's see how this plays out. Last chance for the Sox, down 2-1. Bottom of the 9th. Whoops, bottom of the 9th. Soderholm against Lyle. Soderholm doubled his last time up and scored the only run. 2-8. 2-8 is a pop out to short. Boy, he had some home runs in column 2, but he missed it. 2-8's a pop out to short. Bucky Dent makes the catch. 1 away, and that brings up Jim Spencer, power hitting first baseman. He is 0 for 3 today, but he does have some home runs in column 1. But he found column 2. 2-4, still a chance for a single. 1-18 is a single. And it is an 18. He barely got it, so he will single. Now the question is, do you pinch run for him? Because he doesn't run well. Let's see. If you do you have somebody play first base? They do have Stillman that can play first base, but Stillman doesn't run all that well either. They just don't have a whole lot of speed. The only guy they had with speed was George Order, and he's already pinch hit. So they're pretty much stuck with Jim Spencer at first base. They just don't have a lot of speed out there. Spencer will not be held. And here's Chet Lemon. 2-6 for Lemon. Ground ball shortstop A. Ground ball shortstop A. There's a plus sign there, but the second baseman is, well, actually there's nobody holding anybody, so that's a straight out double play. And that's going to be your ball game. 6-4-3 it is. And boy, not having a good runner really hurt the Sox on that one. They couldn't force the Yankees to hold the runners, because that might have been a chance to sneak it through, but otherwise it just didn't happen. So we have a pitching duel that broke out here at Comiskey as the Yankees defeat the White Sox by the score of 2-1. Let's see, I think I've got time actually, since it's only 35 minutes so far in the video. I actually have time to total this thing. That's unusual. I'm not sprinting to try to finish. All right, so Lyle goes an inning and 2/3, and he gets the save. The win goes to Figueroa. He is now 14-7. The loss, tough luck loss, goes to Barrios. He drops to 8-12. So we'll check hits for both teams. Let's see, Yankees. Well, there weren't many by either. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits for the Yankees, and none of them were singles. They had a triple, a double, and 2 home runs. So no singles for the Yankees, but the 4 extra base hits they had was enough. 2-4-0 for the Yankees. For the Sox, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1 error for the Yankees because Randolph did make an error. But 5 hits for the Sox, 1-5-0. 2-4-1, 1-5-0. That's a 1 there. It's kind of messy, but there is a 1 there. Let's check left on base for the Yankees. 1, 2. They didn't leave many on. They only left 2 on base. How about that? They left Munson and the 2 guys that got hits left on base. Nobody walked. So the 2 guys left on base with a triple by Munson, the double by White. The other 2 hits were the home runs. So just 2 left on for the Yankees. Sox left more than that on for sure. They left 1 here, 1 there, that's 2. 2 here is 4. Another one here is 5, 6. They left 6 on. And a couple they left on were in scoring position. They had 2 guys left at third and a couple guys left at second. So 4 out of the 6 that were left on base were in scoring position at the time they were left there. So with the loss, the Sox dropped to 65-56. Yankees improved to 68-55. Game 121 is in the books. We move on to game 122. So we're now down to 40 games left after that one's over, because of course you play 162 for the season. So right now I think I'm either 3 or 4 games behind the actual pace for the Sox in their win-loss record for real. So we're getting there, but we're just getting some tough results. Usually it's the case is we get the hitting and no pitching. Tonight we got the pitching but no hitting. So what are you going to do? You know, one thing works and one thing doesn't. So I'm hoping this setup, by having the dice tray go horizontal, it's allowing me to fit more stuff in. I'm not trying to wedge this dice tray in between the cards and the score sheet. So hopefully I was able to show the score sheet completely, the cards completely, and the dice completely. I know once in a while the dice will come over here to this edge, and sometimes it's hard to see. You have to kind of reach over. I could raise the camera up a little bit, but I think that takes away from you being able to see the cards clearly. So I don't know, you can let me know if this setup works okay. Of course, I'll review it as well before as it's uploading, or after it uploads before I post it. So that's it from Comiskey Park in Chicago. Final score, Yankees win it by the score of 2-1. Winning pitcher Ed Figueroa, loser Francisco Barrios, the save to Sparky Lyle. And the Sox will face the Yankees again and then hope to move on to another team and try to improve on their homestand. So that's going to do it from here, from Comiskey. As usual, try to stay safe out there. Enjoy the hobby. Play whatever sport you like, whatever game you like, whether it's cards, dice, PC, whether it's baseball, football, golf, basketball, whatever your play, wrestling, whatever your pleasure is. It's no right or wrong, whether it's strat, payoff pitch, inside pitch, APA, history maker, replay, NPNG, triple play, you name it. There's lots of options out there. The Key thing is that you have fun with it. Enjoy the hobby, relax, get a break from this crazy world that we're in right now with the COVID and everything that's going on in society. Hopefully this is a diversion from that for a little bit, where you can go back and reminisce in the old days, back when times were a little bit simpler. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.